respected top chefs in the world. The precision, you know, there's In-N-Out only has slaughterhouses that are local to their restaurants so that the meat never needs to be frozen, transferred in. You go to burger school to learn how to dial in the smash burger and make sure the crust there. The grilled onion is always consistent. The Maillard reaction is always hitting. And people, if the fries are plain, you can go home and salt and pepper those fries while you cry and eat your McDonald's and Wendy's. Okay, Wendy's might have a couple of decent options, but the quality, I'm about to go off. This is,
we were there earlier. We were there.
I like it. I like it.
You know what's actually fun with the fries if you're bored? I did this the other day just because I've eaten In-N-Out so many times. Salt and pepper the fries and then squeeze some lemon over them. Get some lemon pepper fries. Have a little fun.
What is
Have a little fun.
How do you order your fries at In-N-Out?
I just get them regular. My wife likes to get them fried light.
Light well and well done are both really good alternatives.
Yeah, it's good. My go-to will be something like that. You know, if I don't do animal style on the burger, I'll do an animal style fry. But a lot of times my go-to lately has been a 3x3 whole grilled onion, not just grilled onion, whole grilled.
Whole grilled.
No tomato. They do the whole slice grilled with the cheese melted on. It's delicious.
Yeah.
And
I'm learning so much.
Fry. And as we're off into the pistol round, you bettors, whoever bet on Fnatic, you can be happy because they are going to do a clean sweep under this pistol round as we end into the Overpass with best of 3.
The odds are pretty good there for Fnatic. As in it's actually, this is not betting advice. Disclaimer. There's a really high chance Fnatic's going to take this. A 1.25 is actually not like that's you might get your something's worth. I can't. You have to be so careful about your wording on these things. You just, that may be a good investment, but it's not investment, advice. Just.
Yeah.
just, I don't know how to phrase all these things without avoiding some kind of repercussions.
I like this hole that you've done for yourself.
I have, yeah.
In a world where I had money on one situation or another happening.
If I were to place a skin that I would wager, but...
What website would you use? No, I'm kidding.
It'd have to be a sponsor for this event.
Yeah.
Yes.
So c0ntact here opting to put a little investment into the second round, hope to get an ROI on their bottom line here.
But Jordan, what does ROI mean?
Return on.
Investment.
Finish it for me. Investment.
Yes.
And this return might be possible with 4 members on the bomb site that Fnatic is going to be hitting. They're entering here with good flashes and smokes, pushing the offense or the defense back into the pit here. But Emmy's still alive in the smoke, and JW said, "This is my home."
Try to kiss him.
As they only lose 1 body in the second round of this map.
Good anti-eco from Fnatic. That was actually a force buy into the round from c0ntact. So they'll be on the full save here, and that will allow Fnatic to build a lot of economy here. This is already going to be a pretty hard fight for c0ntact. But to give Fnatic practically now 2 rounds of probably 4+ players alive is it's very scary.
Yes, it is certainly quite scary when the T's get a grip of that momentum. It feels pretty hard to come back. You do need utility, you need aggression, you need to like ways to condition the T's as opposed to the other way around. And so they're already definitely in the most awful of positions you can be on Overpass right now. We'll see how it develops though. Crim's opening the door, closing the door. He has manners. Oh, great flashbang. It's going to make life a little bit easier for Crims.
And he's out.
It's funny because it looked like c0ntact was getting ready to coordinate a swing, and then the T-flash came in.
Yeah, that was really good stuff from them.
And there we go.
4 alive once again.
Yeah, and the player that died got 3 kills with the MAC-10, so
he's rich.
It's kind of ideal.
Love to see it.
Flush it just starts off with a MAC-10. Now, oh, he's throwing it away. No, give it to Brawlin. Now, the only reason I think they probably do this, maybe they're going to try to run down an Opper, I'm assuming. Maybe let's see if they try to go...
Connect to control or something.
Opper hunting.
Right.
But probably not, because usually Oppers are A-ish.
Okay, so that Molotov is really important, and extinguishing it is equally as important as it is to throw your own molly on short. And honestly, that's a very complicated thing to go into, the whole depth of all of that, and the meta that develops around that. But We'll have the push coming through the monster tunnel, and you see that defensive smoke for the CTs on one side of the pillar, connecting the barrels. It's really critical to throw those as well. 3 players in water for the CTs, so this is actually awkward as hell for Fnatic, and they've actually lost pretty much everybody already. JW will be able to take some liberties within the smoke. This is, oh my god, he's gonna get, how did he get a second by doing the exact same thing? JW is causing problems, but I don't really know that there's all that much to do, and indeed Otto will finish off Golden, so.
Probably expected, you know, him to move after that spot, which he technically did move, but then he went back. So that's gotta be a little frustrating for c0ntact. Those 2 players that died of that.
It's a great round for c0ntact to win regardless, not just because it's the first gun round, but Fnatic has been railing B all of these rounds now, and it's going to make Fnatic rethink their approach just a little bit here. They have to fight for probably a little bit of A control, keep the map honest. Can't just let c0ntact stack that side of the map. It's kind of actually just looking like a 1-1-3 default for the side of Fnatic here. But they're aggressively taking control towards water and connector very quickly. JW with a whiff spray, though, actually falls. And that's 2 opening picks for c0ntact as Fnatic gets stopped in their tracks during this water control. Golden, though. Nice response.
So 2 versus 4, a minute and 20 on the clock. Certainly a difficult position to be in, of course, but far from truly hopeless. This is a great right eye swing from Flusher. When you come out of the monster tunnel, you get really good engagements. Everything is a right eye peak, more or less. And so that's obviously nice. And that's not good. Flusher really needs to get the kill there, of course, and that might be the opportunity, the best opportunity gone now, and indeed he will get finished off. So perfect. c0ntact have really managed to stifle that momentum that was building from Fnatic at the perfect moment before things could really get out of hand. So they're in a good spot now, c0ntact. And it's really all that Golden can do to maybe extract another kill or 2 would be an ideal result now from this position. And will he anticipate the barrels play? It doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
It's crazy that c0ntact is 4 people. They had no one in the A bomb site, just you know, gambling it. Why not?
Yeah, that play from Fnatic there. There was a nice response from c0ntact, but it felt like that could have really gone south for them if JW just controlled his spray a little bit better in connector. So a little bit unlucky, perhaps, for Fnatic, depending on how you look at it. And c0ntact are able to build quite a bit of momentum off of that. Despite having some pretty poor opening rounds in this game, they've struck back very, very strongly here. And now Fnatic will be going for a full deco. Always very scary, especially players that are on that team, and that's exactly why JW takes down Esperanto with some nice shots to the tummy in that connector position.
JW doesn't miss that twice. Got his revenge in the connector. Picks him up himself in that one. But right now, Fnatic is kind of just trying to work their way back A, but c0ntact knows this. They have a person pushed up from water into connector. Start to see rotators coming back to this A bomb site.
Wow. I love this from Ships. He's already so far up, and what a read from him, actually. This is really interesting.
That's going to feel so weird if you're Flusher.
Yeah, that's so unexpected. And somehow, though, Fnatic get onto the bomb site in a 2v2 situation. Good nade towards CT jump up. But Fnatic have to take control somewhere, but that's good enough right there. Golden taking down Ships on the flank, leaving just Emmy. I don't think they're aware of his position just yet. That will give JW quite an idea as to where that remaining c0ntact player is at this point. And JW, how will he play this situation? He's stuck at long right now. Can't really press on forward. He does have an M4 in hand, and Emmy, he's unsure still of JW's position. Wants to play the waiting game here. Thinks that JW may be waiting in that smoke grenade. But Emmy, he'll be clearing the headshot angle. Throws a nade towards long, and that might do it for him. JW somehow not finding the kill, actually, and tosses a nade of his own at the feet of Emmy, winning the clutch in an unorthodox way.
Oh, that was such a weird situation as well, because like not knowing whenever it's planted dice, you're more concerned with the bathrooms after plant, so that's kind of in both players' minds. and JDO is in a position where, because normally players will check long before going for the bathrooms run, and so JW is in a weird spot. Does he play further back or does he play close? And that just got really weird. It's very, very weird. Worked out for Fnatic though, and honestly, they recovered so well, and that's a really nice pick to be able to make at the beginning of the round. Very decisive. It's bad enough that there are FAMAS in the round, and that also that the CTs don't have any utility. It's bad enough. To also lose Esperanto on the beginning is not going to be ideal. And c0ntact could even at this point consider trying to go for to stack a site, because they have like no counter utility. They have worse weapons. So stacking a site could be a good answer to that, and save if you stack the wrong site, or making an aggressive play somewhere, something like that. But just sitting on the sites likely won't be successful. And that's kind of what's going on right now. We'll see if they can make it successful.
2 players in pit right now. There's actually a quick flank coming out from Otto, it looks like. But will it come into play? Brolin is able to take down Emmy there at the pit. And oh, another great shot for him to take down Snappy as well. Now Otto's position on the flank has been revealed, and he's only able to find a single kill off of it. So he has to retreat at this point. Ships will fall back as well. They'll just take these guns into the upcoming round. Probably we'll see some kind of play, some kind of boost. Usually is how to get a hero rifle involved. We'll see what c0ntact opts for, though, into the upcoming round. Good stuff from Fnatic. And Brolin showing a lot of confidence there. That opening pick, as you mentioned, is just... It's risky, especially if you think they could have an op. In fact, it's really not advisable at all if you think they do have that weapon. So whether it's just Brolin showing confidence or Fnatic having good awareness of the money of c0ntact, I mean, either way, it looked really good.
I'm wondering if there was a nade or a flashbang toss right before he peaked, kind of made the CTs maybe move a little bit to not post up. Of course, I didn't see it, so I'm wondering if, because usually, or as we saw in the previous rounds, Brolin was tossing flashbangs over that wall towards party just to make people not post up to where he was peaking. But regardless, JW is going to sit in the connector with this AWP. Flush of spamming. Trying to help him out, maybe distract a little bit. Ships in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, this is one of several boosts, as I alluded to. This doesn't look like it'll be finding anything here. And Golden definitely been relayed the information from JW that c0ntact has really liked this connector position. But at the same time, that has seemingly come back to bite c0ntact. The only reason Fnatic won that eco round a couple rounds prior is because of that opening pick that JW found on Esperanto, who's having a pretty quiet game. All of his actions seemingly a connector. I'm not sure if c0ntact are... they don't play Overpass too much. It's usually the map they second veto or try to just ban outright. And so maybe that's a reason for it. Just kind of very unrelenting pressure at connector that may not work out for them. We'll see.
And it's always a problem if the CTs are playing just directly in the site in situations like this, because you can see that JW can hold dice, he can hold the jump peak, or he can hold the left side. So it allows your team to get really close to the site with no warning. If the CT doesn't peek, and they're going to get pretty close there, but it looks like c0ntact figured it out. And they will try as they might with the Eagles, but it's looking difficult. Nice lineup for Emmy. That might make the difference. Indeed, Otto able to finish off Crims, leaving just Brolin in the 1 versus 2. Has to sprint for the bomb. There's no time really. He's got to commit to the plant. He's going to force out one play. There's no time for the plant. Can he find the next one? It looks like he cannot. Otto is in a safe position, and that was pretty unfortunate by Fnatic. Very well played by c0ntact. Given the time on the clock and the forward positioning of the player by Water, they were able to deduce that Fnatic had to be attacking the A site. And that was the difference. Just not taking Water at all will cost Fnatic that round effectively, you could argue.
Yeah, I think another flaw in that was that Golden went up first with the bomb. And usually that's not a huge problem if everyone's just there to trade. But it really forced Fnatic's hand at that point. I think they may have had a little bit of a hesitation if they could have just backed up and knew that there was a stack towards that A site, which they did end up finding out. But yeah, there was really no option for them. And on top of that, c0ntact, they could have that stack because, like you mentioned, Fnatic didn't have water control.
Yeah. Flush are able to get all the way out Monster to do some damage onto the site. That's actually a very scary prospect. Because retaking, you kind of almost want to retake that monster tunnel, and that's a nice frag. Some water presence here from Crims as well. The off angle by Otto is... Oh, that's a great shot.
That's why it's hard to opt that spot in B. It's just because there's so many levels that the T can peek on you.
Yeah.
And so you have to be really sliver peeking that angle if you want to be successful in that kind of shot. Even then, it's kind of hard because, again, it's just there's like 2 really big levels that they can peak from high or low.
Yeah, I feel like it is such a good peak to throw in every so often as well, just to catch the T's. You don't often feel like, oh, there'll be an AWP on an angle, on that particular angle, but it's it can be surprising.
It's gotten a little bit more popular, but usually the AWP is just at A, period. So it's a nice little mix-up, but it doesn't work out for c0ntact in that round. And Fnatic bounced back with 5 players alive, if I'm not mistaken, in the previous one. Just still looking rather dominant there. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but the lights in connector in that latest update look really good. I would not want to go back to the old way, where it was just a dark, creepy tunnel.
Dark dingy dungeon.
Yes. And in T-spawn too, it feels more inviting.
Come on in, have a good time.
I just wait, buy guns here.
There we go.
And she gets some damage from that. Alright, well Fnatic, they're in a position to attack this B-bomb side. And they don't have any nades left, actually. So the guns are going to have to do the rest of the work, and that could be a problem. Oh my god. What is that? Okay. Brolan just jumping to his doom, and now it's going to just be JW. This is a complete mess from the side of Fnatic. They didn't have to commit like that into these positions. Oh my goodness, this is looking really grim now. JW's been shot down to 10 HP, and now he's been finished off. That felt so needless.
That's the second pistol round they lost to this half already.
Yeah.
Yeah, one was the hero rifle, but this was just all deagles across the board.
This play right here, I would be yelling at my teammates if you pulled a move like that, because you just literally gave them an AK on a silver platter, you know? Yeah. Obviously, you don't expect 3 people to be in that spot, but regardless, they know they're on pistols. And instead of like swinging wide with your teammates, you're kind of like trying to Superman hero right into that highlight reel.
Yeah, it's just not even tradable or anything. I agree. I think that he should, if he swings wide right there, at least that can be scaled with their teammate. And Otto, he's presented that same opportunity, and you won't miss again.
Crims is waiting.
It's just so crazy, because why would you ever expect someone to peek you there?
Yeah.
Like, after you just shown the AWP right there?
Seriously.
It just doesn't really seem to make sense. That's just so weird.
It just shows that Crims understands, like, AWPers. They take a shot, and a lot of times they try to reposition, especially in a spot like that where you're kind of stuck and isolated if they try to overwhelm you. So AWPers will probably take one shot here, maybe retake, maybe fall back. And go to that. That helps.
That might be it for the retake attempt for c0ntact. They'll still go for it though, but to no avail. Golden was just blindly spraying there and moving and shooting, and his crosshair was a few inches off the screen, like on his screen at least, and still manages that one. That's crazy.
It's funny that Fnatic lose the previous round, but they win this one in such fashion.
They keep doing that in this game. This is the second time in this game they've done that. It was just lose the anti-force, anti-eco, whatever you want to call it, and just on a real gun round, they look so much better.
Okay, well it's 7-4 in favor of Fnatic on this third and deciding map, and it does seem like they're in the driving seat ultimately, and it's only through some of their own sort of mistakes on the anti-kits, as you suggested, that that the score is even remotely close. So JW down and connected with the AWP this time, and we'll get more of a default spread coming through from Fnatic, taking control of Connector, taking control outside Monster, and they also have Playground currently. Looks like there'll be more presence towards the bathrooms this round, as we do have a couple players in Connector. And Flusher is always going to be the B-Lurk. Always.
Always. What the heck?
How is he alive and killing people? Oh no, this is going to go really badly wrong, isn't it? Flusher is trying to assist. He's going to be really careful with this flank, as you can see. He's so concerned with that. This is really weird because they had that position. They like knew precisely where that guy was, and then just couldn't. And I think he even whiffed his first Deagle shots. Yeah. And so usually on the re-peek of it, you kill the guy with your rifle. So I'm not sure what happened there. This is really scary for JW right now. You do not want to be fighting Deagles in Connector like that. Brawlan has given them some hope, though. Able to take the A bomb site. The bomb needs to be couriered across, but between the bomb and the site is a couple CTs. So I don't think the CTs know that, though. So this is kind of awkward, but it looks like... Okay.
Oh my goodness, that was so scary.
Oh, what a weird round. That's so weird. Just weird. But it works for Fnatic, so I guess they can't complain.
Fnatic have had a knack for presenting us with weird situations in these couple of days we've casted them. The logic or the how did we get here moment is it's just asked a lot. Why the macro decision making or just how individuals slot themselves across the map? It's all over the place sometimes.
It certainly is. Well, it's there's definitely time still for like a recovery for c0ntact. They can pick up the remaining rounds, but the pistols aren't going to be the one. And it looks like Fnatic are going to. It looks like they're in way better positions to close out the anti-eco this time.
Yeah, there's 3 players from c0ntact trapped in Connector. Again, kind of a weird situation where Fnatic just has them all stuck in this part of the map. That being said, it's an nice attempt there from Esperanto. That's appreciated.
So if I'm Fnatic, they've been doing Connector a lot, pretty much on almost all their defaults in that round right now, or at least the last like 3-4 rounds. c0ntact has been pretty much showing they're putting multiple people in Connector as well. Will Fnatic change up their default here? Maybe send less guys through Connector on this gun round, or do you think that c0ntact would be like, well, we just sent 4 people here. They probably won't send 4 people here again, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the mind games begin a little bit. I think the common counter to a team that is just so insistent on taking Connector as CT side is you just run up long A. That's how you can avoid him, and then you end up taking bank. You just have to play the post plant, planning back default, usually smoke the jump up or molly the jump up, and then take over bank. And then you're kind of playing the post plant from long A and bank. But I don't know if Fnatic would like to do that. They haven't really shown any intent to go towards long A in nearly any of these rounds, actually. It's almost been the just kind of short A, B hits, just constantly.
Well, maybe they can scrape together another couple rounds off the back of the buy that they have. c0ntact Gaming rather passive to begin with, and Fnatic pretty quick to pressure towards the bathrooms. They have that divided smoke. And Flusher just smashes that play out of Monster. That's why he's lurking there. He shuts it all down. And the prospects from here don't look good.
Oh, okay.
See you later.
All right, well, that information, though, is gained, and Golden knows the last 2 players are towards A, so this should be a pretty clean conversion for Fnatic.
Question is, I mean, I was going to say, will these be enough rounds if they get to like 10, but 10 T rounds of Overpass is really nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's super nice.
Pretty good. especially if the other team has strong oppers in general, like JW, very strong opper. T side can be sometimes a nightmare on this map, especially if you're not in sync, if your defaults are a little off, or because it requires a lot of comms and communication to really to pinch on the other side of the map. You know, have some people come through con, maybe coming from B to water, or like whatever your strat is in general.
Oh, okay. Crim's downs that op actually. That's an important kill. As it takes at least a rifle away from c0ntact. We know how deadly they can be with those weapons. Yeah, on top of that, though, c0ntact, they don't have a lot of experience on this map. I don't think they've even played it with this 5 just yet. So, on top of probably lacking the necessary comms and teamwork, I doubt they have the nade protocols and procedures to gain map control against an opper who's as relentless as JW.
Okay, so just the defaulting out again, but we get a two-man play on the long position, and I don't know that we've really seen this that much here from c0ntact, so this could catch Fnatic off guard. We've already got Brawler making his way down Party, but okay, looks like the play will be caught, so never mind. He's just going to just delete everyone. He is going to delete absolutely everybody, so... And JW is going to also assassinate ships. So, at this point, it's looking rather grim for c0ntact.
You can say that.
It's really not looking good. And I think, you know, you were saying that their Overpass is not the best of times for them.
It's not. But we'll see if they're able to do anything better in the second half, which will come shortly after a break.
Back. We're back.
What's up?
All right. Jordan's back as well. You want to kick us off, Jordan?
For second half here, Mallory just gave me a great breakdown for first half, how to handle, you know, some people talking crap about in and out. So that's where I went, just to fight all them outside.
That's a battle. Yeah. That's a crusade.
Shake Shack's better.
So the Bears' opinion is officially silenced. And we're now to a 3-man couch. As we go into second half, Fnatic.
That second one.
Passively watching them, they looked pretty firm on the CT side. We were kind of talking in the context before this map of more T side and how c0ntact is going to need to have a little bit better structure and default if they want to kind of claw their way into a good amount of rounds here on T side. So now they're forced to do that if they don't want to go home early here, and we'll see if they have it in them to put up double digits.
Put up double digits.
That's the goal. It's not the W, just...
I thought you were about to go into a rap right there, Dan.
We can only hope and dream.
Setting it up. JW unable to find much there, except the cold, hard pavement.
I like the pavement.
What do you like about the pavement?
It's comfy, it's smooth.
It's smooth.
It's not comfy.
One of those people who sleeps on the floor.
Good for skating, you know.
Are you a skater?
I'll just... No.
We're going to run with this. What did you study in school, Mally?
Philosophy and statistics.
Who's your favorite philosopher? Why is it Aristotle?
I like the cave. No, it's for
that's
Plato.
Plato's.
For Plato, yeah. No, I like Hegel. I don't want to really expand on it right now.
Just like that's good. All right.
As we move into the second round here.
Another time. Yeah.
Ooh, I can hear that.
Cracking open
Cracking
a cold
a
one.
fresh one.
Fresh Monster Ultraviolet Monster Energy.
What is that?
It says 0 sugar, which is unfortunate because
you want all the sugar.
Give me carbs.
I like the sugar.
Give us the carbs.
Well, my complex carbs.
Dan does not need to lose weight. He wants to gain.
I'm getting lean somehow.
You're working out.
Oh yeah, that's why. That helps.
You probably eat, and you eat healthy. You eat. I eat
really healthy. Generally, yeah.
Like 80% of the battle right there, man.
That's when we're having this conversation about fasting. I'm like, I can't really relate to this really well at the moment. Although I will say In-N-Out is the best.
In-N-Out, yeah.
Just pandering.
Yes, no, it's not pandering.
Like their business practices. Jordan didn't even mention the fact that they don't allow deliveries because it compromises the integrity of the quality of their products.
Oh yeah, they're not on Postmates or anything because they want you to enjoy.
And you know, to wait in line for 2 hours.
You know, the one part about a key smash burger too is American cheese, and so a lot of people try to criticize like, oh, my pepper jack or Havarti. Like, listen, the whole point is that a smash burger is cooked and seared so fast that you need the American cheese to boom, melt, boom, grilled onions, and boom, shut your mouth while you enjoy a delicious burger.
Yeah, I've watched Bourdain also.
You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Not only if I watch Bourdain, I make an excellent smash burger. You guys are welcome to
All right.
come down to San Diego anytime.
I'll take the invitation.
Do you use the trowel?
Yeah.
Do you use
the press?
And the paint scraper to make sure it's actually like.
Yeah, you reverse the spatula to like lift it halfway through. I mean, you could use anything to smash burger. You could use the bottom of a cast iron pan.
Yeah, the Kenji Lopez alt way is to actually get a paint trowel.
Yeah, and then wax paper
yeah.
or whatever.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's any way that gets it fully smashed. They cook quick.
Jordan's made me guacamole before. That's pretty good.
Do you have a mocha?
Pretty good.
I want to buy one while I'm down here.
What is it?
Is it a coffee machine?
It's a mortar and pestle, but the Mexican mortar and pestle.
Oh no, yeah, I just have a regular mortar pestle.
Yeah, it's
great.
That's so strange. In the UK, we say pestle and mortar.
What? Yeah. Get out of here.
That's so weird.
Oh Christ.
Mortar and pestle.
What do you want to do with them? I do like if I'm doing like chimichurri sauce or something, or
yeah, like stuff like that. It's just supposed to be good for kind of the seasoning in it. And it's for guacamole.
Breaking up.
Really.
Yeah, I mean I use it for guac all the time.
Yeah, and for if you even want to serve kind of like a fajita dish, you can put those in your oven and you can heat it up to 400 degrees or something, and put some whatever fajita kind of additions you want, peppers, onions, any kind of
saute in it.
Yeah, they'll just stay. It'll stay hot for like up to an hour, or maybe even longer. Yeah, because it's usually made with a volcanic rock that just stays heated. Yeah.
Retention of heat.
Mm-hmm. It's very good at that.
It's great.
So we're making fajitas for lunch.
And smash burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Pass me the steak.
One of my favorite grills is one of the guys I watches the big Evo flat top. It's like a giant cast iron grill outside, and Sam, the cooking guy, on YouTube, is excellent. He'll do like 5 different types of food on the flat top at once. It's awesome.
So flat tops are great. Yeah, those are so useful. I don't have one though. But
yeah.
I've seen.
Well, yeah, exactly. They're expensive. I want to buy one.
Yeah.
Build an outdoor kitchen later this year.
Nice.
You'll do some stocks, and you'll have it in no time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Pay for it.
It's shameless plug. Follow me on Instagram. You'll find the behind the story of the outdoor kitchen.
There you go.
And in the meantime, listen to DDK's podcast about.
Nice.
We start plugging things.
Yeah, my YouTube channel. Be sure to
he's
check
making
that
reviews on
demo
CS and food.
Demo reviews, yeah.
Let's start a new segment where we talk about food.
Yeah.
On the podcast. Gamers talk about food. It's a niche.
Yeah, I'm down.
Gamer, they're gonna think it's just, if you read the title gamer food, they're just gonna think it's bagel bites and hot pocket reviews or something. But little do they know what they're getting into.
Right when they tune in, they're like, "Foie gras is really misunderstood in the eastern regions." And you're like, "What the?"
Yeah, that's being outlawed in a couple of years in New York, so be sure to get it before it actually is completely outlawed. I'm pretty sure in California you can't get foie gras anymore.
Most likely.
You can't.
Crims, this is a big nade coming in hot.
So.
Shedeugen. Oh, he didn't.
Ooh, that looked like it connected.
Yeah, might have, but Flush in a position to do some more damage here. And look at the HPs on contact. Is someone going to fly through at the right timing and get multiple kills? Brawling.
Oh!
If bullets connected right here, that could have been a highlight reel. Look at how many misses.
Wow.
I know.
I think it's so funny because if those HPs are floating in the upper right corner, they would like buckle down and hit a hip with a bullet, you know? But they're probably trying to hit normal headshots or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
If only they knew what we knew.
The fools. The fools. c0ntact making a case for this comeback here, but finally Fnatic will be on their first legitimate gun round, and we'll see what they have in store for this c0ntact T side.
Look at all those force spies and
fast
no
smoke.
Yeah, so okay, so like Fnatic are going for a pretty aggressive double incendiary towards the playground for massive A control. So they might get caught off here. Although that's a great spray found by Crims. And Golden's also doing a huge amount of damage here. Fnatic are controlling this extremely well. That's kind of beautiful.
I'm calling it now. That's the one strat Contact knows. That's it. That's their playbook.
Take B.
That's rough as well, because normally when you're going to do like a double incendiary as well, there's like so much you can do with that towards the playgrounds, because you kind of create a situation where the T's cannot push without smoking it. So if they don't smoke it, it's unlikely they're going to be just sitting in that choke point. They have to find a way to get out of it. So it's usually like a lot of CT sides will have like 3 players towards A on those rounds. So I was thinking, oh, Contact will have a weak B defense to deal with, but they got absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, just Fnatic just hunkered down on that site, played around the smokes perfectly, and the smokes just didn't work out for Contact. Now they're probably just going to be forced to default for the rest of the game. Maybe if they get control towards A, we'll see some kind of hit over there, but I would be actually really shocked and impressed by Contact if they have any other kind of fast set plays in store for us here.
Yeah. Man, those double mollies as well, they're so annoying to deal with because it's just how it breaks up your default, slows down your timings.
Yeah.
It's quite a pain. I did a video not long ago on Astralis and every single opening that they chose for an entire 15 rounds of Overpass on the CT side. It's really cool, like how you can condition your opponents with the Molotovs on both sides of the map, and it's there's just so much control you can get.
They're taking that long control right now, and
that's a little lineup right there.
Are we going to be seeing a direct A hit, Dan?
It's looking like it. Maybe they know 2 set pieces, 1 per site, and they're set up for attack here. JW's will be really cautious. Oh, what a position. You just don't expect the guy to be over the top of the smoke, up on dice, and Brolan is savaging these guys as he tries to juke around the smoke. And again, just these raw contact set pieces are not working at all, it seems. Fnatic have their number.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about set pieces. If you don't have FBs tossing almost behind on the rush, it's going to be a hard time.
Deep left right there or something, maybe, as they're swinging the corner. I was thinking, I heard like 1, maybe 2 go off, but yeah, you almost wanted to swing and hope like the operator isn't holding or misses with the flash rather than wait for it to pop right there.
Yeah, and it's always pretty good to chain the flashbang, so like 1 may not be enough, because if someone's hiding or you mistimed it, maybe didn't hit him in time or something like that, the second one would almost guarantee. Like if CT's here at FB, most likely they expect people to kind of hollow it, so that second FB would hit them when they try to wide
when they're peeking the angle.
Yeah. So stuff like
that delay
really
is good. Big too. Sometimes that 1, 2, and then 1,002 and a 3. You know, like a third flash comes in late. Those ones sometimes are the big winners as well.
Just burning your retinas.
Like, some people just close their eyes. Deep molly coming in. Is that double mollies?
Double deep.
Yeah, they're doing those quite a lot. And so there's the smoke that like forced out, but even still, like that smoke, if you go through, you can't, because there's a molly on the other end. So there's like a lot of guesswork that goes with that. Awesome. This is awesome because Fnatic have nothing behind it this time around. But in previous rounds, they have had players behind those double mollies. So
that's what's great about nades being the first indicator of your aggression. Because if they're forced to be behind them, like you're saying, you don't know. It's like breaking the vent mid on cash. You always do it every round, so people assume you're close. And now they're in a position where Flush is close to the smoke, and he's got backup.
Wow. 2 HP. Stays alive. Oof. That's not enough.
It's getting awkward here for Fnatic. They've been trying to fight it, but it's been a struggle. Finally, though, Crims and Brolan will be able to answer back. Crims is just a beast. He's able to do so much damage there. And it's now on the shoulders of Snappy. The addition to contacts that arguably is much needed, but we'll see what he can do in this position with the AK-47. He's got 30 seconds to try to find a couple kills. I don't know that a bomb can possibly go down without a couple kills, and JW will take him out. So 14-7, and Fnatic are quickly closing this game down. Esperanto has 3 kills. That's not what you want to see.
No, he was frequently featured in Connector in the previous half, and this half just not sure what he's done.
He's ran out of juice.
Yeah, it
sucks. I mean, he's like one of the better aimers, you know, on the team, I think. And if he's not hitting his shots where he's supposed to be doing, it's going to be uphill battle. Your team has to kind of play above and beyond to kind of help him out. But that's not happening.
Wow.
Like that. It's just
NS.
Nice. GW doing some good sniping here, but again, he's allowed a lot of liberties here, you know, with the lack of flashbangs and everything. Well, so there was a flash there, but it just completely, it didn't catch GW whatsoever. It's really rough because this round looks to be over at this point. It's a 5 versus 2. Brolan's looking to just seal the deal. Esperanto will get a kill, but so that's a little bit ambitious, I suppose. 3 versus 2 now. GW wants all the kills. Wait, would this be an ace? No. Okay, Brolan got 1. But it would be a quad kill, should JW be able to complete
Quadra.
it. Esperanto is going to be probably sitting here for a long time.
there you go. You got it.
Back. Poetic.
There we go.
That's where we saw Leaf win that 1v3 yesterday, you remember? They kind of snapping around, hiding in the Leafs, and I made a funny pun, and
Nice.
here we are.
Good job.
Here we go. Congratulations.
You got him with that one.
Yeah. Philosophical, one might say.
Esperanto almost doubled his kills. Okay.
This one's something that I've seen from c0ntact is usually, teams will pop flash for each other. I think I've seen a lot of instances where they're flashing for themselves, and I don't know if that's like the best scenario to really.
There's no funny for me. There's a lot of instances where they don't really focus on helping their teammates. It's just like a very casual
Like
way.
a very nice way to put it.
I'll
Yeah.
try to be as nice as I can here. I don't want to. We all make mistakes. We all have our bad games. I just want to point out some stuff that could use a little bit of extra, touch-ups.
Okay, so the Molotovs on either side here, out short B, and also the T's throw there, one to short to stop the CTs pushing.
Yeah.
And
Is that Flusher?
That's so well timed. He waits for the incendiary to finish, knowing they're waiting behind it. Beautiful damage. And it's looking pretty good here for Fnatic, even better now. c0ntact just c0ntact didn't just get control of water and decide to have control of it and try to, I don't know, do something else. They just decided to try to walk into B from short immediately. So it feels like maybe they have lost hope here. And Flusher's is lurking around. Look at these angles of Flusher. It's just, what do you do?
And he gets the kill.
There we go, 16-7, and that's going to be a wrap for this series. 2-1 Fnatic. Perhaps should have made it 2-0 with that train being the way that it was, but it is clear they are the better team here today. Even though c0ntact, let's not forget, they came off of a triple map game against Complexity that went, well, there was 2 overtimes in the final map. There was another overtime in the 16-14, so... Wow.
That's great. That is great. You don't know. We don't know because it's Flusher. Oh, now we know.
Well, yeah, we'll wrap it up a little bit more after a break, though, where we'll break down everything that happened today and throughout this EU Closed Quali.